Bill Russell, a name that stands for greatness, leadership, and victory. A player who didn't just win championships, but transformed basketball and the concept of team. A man whose influence transcended the court, becoming a powerful voice for social justice and equality. This documentary will explore Bill Russell's life in detail. From his childhood in segregated Louisiana, through his golden years with the Boston Celtics, his 11 NBA championships, his unbreakable mentality, and his legacy as one of the most important leaders in sports history. William Felton Russell was born on February 12, 1934, in Monroe, Louisiana. His childhood was marked by poverty and the institutional racism of the American South. His father, Charles, worked at a paper mill, while his mother, Katie, held the family together. From a young age, he experienced discrimination. His family lived under the constant threat of racial violence and social marginalization. These difficult years shaped Bill, teaching him to resist, to stand firm, and never allow adversity to define his destiny. When Bill was 8, his family moved to Oakland, California, in search of better opportunities. Life in Oakland was less hostile than Louisiana, but the Russell family still struggled financially. Bill was a shy child, often struggling to fit in socially. It was at school where basketball entered his life, though it wasn't easy at first. Bill didn't stand out as a scorer and lacked offensive skills. However, his ability to run and jump was extraordinary. Little by little, he discovered his purpose on the defensive side of the game. He realized he could impact a game without scoring a single point by blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, and protecting the rim. Bill Russell attended the University of San Francisco on an athletic scholarship. There, his life would change forever. Under the guidance of coach Phil Wilpert, Russell developed his unique defensive style and became the anchor of a dominant team. The University of San Francisco wasn't considered a basketball powerhouse, but with Russell on the court, it became a collegiate dynasty. Under his leadership, the team won back-to-back national championships in 1955 and 1956, achieving a 55-game winning streak. In college, Russell perfected his ability to anticipate every play. He didn't just block shots. His goal was to intimidate opponents, change their mindset, and alter the flow of the game. His teammates relied on him as the team's defensive pillar. Still, Russell faced racial discrimination even within his own team. On road trips, hotels often refused to host black players. These experiences heightened his awareness of the fight for equality that would define his life. In 1956, Bill Russell was selected to represent the United States at the Melbourne Olympic Games. Alongside his college teammate Casey Jones, he was part of an unstoppable team that won the gold medal with an average margin of victory of 53 points per game. Russell wasn't just a defensive force, he was a natural leader. His tactical intelligence and work ethic made him the heart of the Olympic team. The experience of competing internationally gave him a broader perspective on the power of sport to unite people. That same year, Russell was selected in the NBA draft by the St. Louis Hawks. But Boston Celtics coach and general manager Red Auerbach moved heaven and earth to acquire him. Auerbach saw in Russell the player who could turn the Celtics into champions. From his arrival in 1956, Russell transformed the Celtics culture. His defensive impact was immediate. While other teams focused on offense, Boston built its identity around Russell's defense. In his first full season, the Celtics won the NBA championship, the first in the franchise's history. It was the beginning of one of the most impressive dynasties in sports. Between 1957 and 1969, Bill Russell led the Celtics to 11 NBA championships in 13 years. including 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. His impact went far beyond numbers. Russell was the emotional and tactical leader of the team. His ability to read the game, anticipate opponents' plays, and make quick decisions made him the greatest defender of his era and arguably of all time. During those years, the Celtics became the perfect example of teamwork. Red Auerbach fully trusted Russell as the defensive anchor. His teammates knew they could take risks offensively because Russell had their backs on defense. But Russell's greatness didn't come without challenges. His rivalry with Wilt Chamberlain defined his career. While Chamberlain shattered individual records, Russell accumulated championships. Their matchups were epic battles that decided entire seasons. The rivalry between Russell and Chamberlain is one of the most iconic in NBA history. Chamberlain was an offensive phenomenon capable of scoring 50 points a game. Russell, on the other hand, focused on defense, leadership, and teamwork. Every time they faced each other, the basketball world stopped. While Chamberlain often outperformed Russell statistically, it was Russell who won most of the championships. His ability to elevate his team above any opponent made him unique. This rivalry wasn't based on hate. There was deep respect between the two. Russell understood he needed Chamberlain to be better, and Chamberlain recognized that Russell was the toughest competitor he had ever faced. Bill Russell wasn't a player who sought personal glory. His goal was to win as a team. He firmly believed that collective success was more important than any statistic. His leadership shone brightest in the toughest moments. When the Celtics were on the brink of elimination, Russell elevated his game. His presence inspired confidence and calm. He was known for blocking key shots, grabbing decisive rebounds, and making the plays that changed the course of games. Russell also understood the psychological side of sports. He knew how to get into his opponents' heads, how to make them doubt themselves. This mental edge was one of the keys to his success. In 1966, after Red Auerbach's retirement, Bill Russell became the first black head coach in NBA history. He did so while continuing to play, taking on the difficult task of leading from both the bench and the court at the same time. Under his leadership, the Celtics won 2 more championships in 1968 and 1969. Russell proved he could manage egos, design strategies, and keep his team focused on victory. Off the court, Russell was an unrelenting advocate for civil rights. He used his platform to denounce racism and support leaders like Martin Luther King, Jr. and Muhammad Ali. He often faced hostility from fans and the media for his strong stances. He suffered racist attacks, even in Boston, the city, where he had delivered 11 championships. But he never backed down. Russell believed that his legacy would not be measured solely by trophies, but by the impact he had on the fight for equality and justice. Bill Russell retired as a player in 1969, leaving behind an unmatched record of 11 NBA championships. He was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame in 1975. Over the years, he remained connected to basketball as a commentator, mentor, and influential figure. His legacy as a player and leader remained intact. Russell received countless honors, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. The NBA retired the number 6 league-wide as a tribute to his impact. Bill Russell didn't just change basketball, he changed the culture of sports. He showed that greatness isn't measured only in statistics, but in the ability to elevate those around you. His life is a testament to resilience, leadership, and commitment to the values that matter most. With every championship, with every action off the court, he made it clear that he was bigger than the game. Bill Russell will forever be remembered as the guardian of the Celtics dynasty, the most dominant defender in history, and a man whose voice resonated far beyond the NBA.